Welcome to the Lodestar Podcast, your guide to self-help and personal growth. Join hosts Jim McCann, a business leader and philanthropist, and Dr. George S. Everly Jr., a leading psychologist, as they distill top self-help advice into practical insights. Discover the tools you need to achieve your goals and lead a successful, happy life. Welcome to your journey with the Lodestar Podcast.
Hi, I'm Jim McCann, and I'm one of the co-authors of Lodestar. Before working on this project, I've been around for a while, so I did a couple other things. And I grew up here in New York City in Queens County, South Queens, a place called South Ozone Park. So a lot of the things I learned early in life were working with my dad and the men that worked for him. And there was a lot of valuable early life lessons there. But it was really hard work, and I did all the work as the kid that the men wouldn't do, the things that were really disgusting. My father said, well, if you don't want to do this kind of work, you got to get yourself another job. And I remember I got a job in a wonderful men and boys clothing store in the next town over, Richmond Hill in Queens. I met my wife, Mary Lou. We married young, we had family young, so I was always looking to pursue another career. So the only career things I've done, 1-800-Flowers and working at St. John's Home for Boys in Queens. And then I had the good fortune to meet my friend, Dr. George Everly. George, a little bit about your background.
Grew up in a little town outside of Baltimore, Maryland. It was called Catonsville. But then when I graduated from college, I didn't really know what to do. I got a business degree. What do you do when you graduate and you don't know what to do? You go to graduate school. So I had to apply a number of places, fortunate enough to get into a master's degree program. But I wanted to learn more than just business. So then I went into public health, graduated from that, studied neuroscience, and I was even more lucky to have studied the part of the brain that ultimately would be identified as the center of the stress response. Little did I know that stress was going to be something that was ubiquitous. And I'd written one of the first books on it.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Lodestar Podcast. We hope it sparked new insights for your personal growth. Now, take the principles you've learned and act on them. Share your thoughts with us using #LodestarBook. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, every step forward is a step toward a better you. See you next time on the Lodestar Podcast.